The cyber attack on America's largest fuel pipeline, forcing it to shut for nearly a week, has raised concerns about the vulnerability of critical infrastructure. Attention is now focused on who should keep organizations safe online and how to fund those efforts. Nick Harper reports.
The scene at thousands of gas stations as drivers lined up to fill up. Pumps ran dry in some parts of the US, with panic buying worsening shortages. Colonial Pipeline, the company that operates the country's largest fuel pipeline, shut down operations for 5 days following a ransomware attack, all of which led to a nasty realization for the US government.
The ransomware attack put the spotlight on the fact that our nation's critical infrastructure is largely owned and operated by private sector companies. When those companies are attacked, they serve as the first line of defense, and we depend on the effectiveness of their defenses.
In this case, those defenses proved inadequate, showing a clear vulnerability in the infrastructure that America relies on to keep running.
They're all vulnerable, and they're vulnerable for this reason. For-profit companies have reasons to maximize revenue and minimize expenses.
Data from cybersecurity company Checkpoint Research shows ransomware attacks on US organizations have spiked around 300% in the last 9 months. IT management companies aren't surprised. Dr. Barbara Rembiesa has been lobbying Congress for 15 years to step up security.
We've come so far and so dependent so fast on technology that I don't think we're really aware of the impact that it causes in our everyday life.
She says a common security standard for utility companies is needed. A perfect opportunity to fund better cybersecurity would be as part of the $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan that the White House is trying to push through Congress. But it initially lacked any dedicated funding for cybersecurity, what some lawmakers are seeing as a glaring omission by the Biden administration. The president has tried to stem the criticism by signing an executive order setting new cybersecurity standards for software sold to the federal government.
I mean, we've seen these attacks time and time again to hospitals that are using Internet Explorer 1995, to gas companies that are still, using, AOL logins. I mean, we need to upgrade our web connectivity immensely, and the government's going to have to help do that.
Support and funding would help, but the government may go further, forcing private businesses to act with mandated security standards. Because while the White House doesn't bear responsibility for the pipeline security lapses, it has borne the brunt of the blame from frustrated drivers. Nick Harper, CNA, Washington.